What's up, guys? Today I'm going to tell everyone about the main points of the American Civil War from April 12th, 1861 to May 9th, 1865. The battles I'm going to be telling you about today are still important today due to the fact that these were won to bring our split nation back together into what we now have as the United States of America. Does anybody have any relatives who fought for either side of the American Civil War? My family personally had two ancestors who fought for the Confederates. One was a drummer boy named Private Hezekiah Spessard, who died in the line of battle during Pickett's charge at the Battle of Gettysburg. He was only 17. And his father, Captain Michael Spessard, who commanded the Virginia 28th Infantry, lived through the battle. Now, for the main points of the speech, I'll be talking about the Battle of Bull Run, the battles of Gettysburg and Antietam, and the Battle of Vicksburg. Though these are some important points of the war, there are many other significant battles that took place. The Battle of Bull Run and/or Manassas Junction took place on July 16, 1861, and is the first major land battle of the Civil War after Fort Sumter. The battle began with 35,000 Union troops marched from Washington, D.C. to engage 20,000 Confederate troops along the river known as Bull Run, outside of Manassas Junction. The battle began when Union forces attempted to attack Confederate lines on Matthew Hill over the river. After hours of battle in the morning hours, Confederate forces were pushed back until Confederate reinforcements arrived from the Shenandoah Valley via railroad. After a Confederate counterattack, the Union forces were pushed back across the river of Bull Run with extremely depleted forces. After the battle, the Union forces retreated back to Washington to recoup. The battle proved that the war could not be easily won in a matter of a month. The battle killed Northern morale and spiked Confederate morale with a win. After the Confederate victory at Bull Run, the Union troops headed back to Washington and recouped all their forces to bring back to battle, as Lee was pushing in the north. So, after the battle, Confederate General Robert E. Lee pushed his forces north across the Potomac River under his Order 191, which called for the invasion of Maryland in an effort to retake Union territory. The first battle I'll be talking about is the Battle of Antietam on September 17, 1862. This one-day battle was the bloodiest day in American history, with over 23,000 troops just dead in over 12 hours. The battle began in the morning hours when General Stonewall Jackson viciously attacked the Union forces in Miller's cornfield, which was next to the river of Antietam. It ended in the afternoon when Union General Ambrose Burnside pushed the Confederates back over a stone bridge that was just riddled with bullets. This battle was called a tie between the forces, but gave Abraham Lincoln the win he needed with such depleted Confederate forces. The second battle in the North I'll be talking about is the three-day Battle of Gettysburg, taking place on July 1st through the 3rd, 1863. This is one of the most pivotal battles in the war, moving the winning side from the Confederates to the Union as Confederate troops were pushed back across the Potomac River. The third point I'll be talking about, while the Battle of Gettysburg was taking place, Union General Ulysses S. Grant was leading the Army of Tennessee on a six-week tour of the Mississippi River, with the goal of taking the city of Vicksburg, which was under Confederate control. The city of Vicksburg sat atop a hill and was critical to controlling the river. By mid-May, Union forces had constructed miles of trenches surrounding the city, with multiple artillery units raining down. The Confederates were completely out of supplies and food. After a 40-day barrage of artillery shells, the city was surrendered. This was arguably the most important battle of the war due to the fact that it cut off the southern and western Confederate states from all supply. Now, the battles I told you about today are more or less the major points of the Civil War, though there were many more, but they helped create the nation that we have today. I hope everybody enjoyed my speech and learned something. Thank you.